Hi, I hope you are well. Welcome to my channel. I am Kelly Chakarian and I am a Saint Beauty artist. And I'm going to be showing you guys today the basics of Saint Beauty Foundation. It's their 3D foundation line, and I'm going to be taking you back to the basics. Sometimes we can learn and get used to our makeup, but it's always good to come back to the basics and figure out if our colors and everything is right. And if you're new to 3D foundation, just learning the whole concept of what a hack is, highlight and contour, HAC, and how to do it for your face with the right colors that have been assigned to you. So if you haven't been color matched, you can follow the link in the comments below. Just get color matched and I will give you a free recommendation for your skin needs, your skin tones. If you're not familiar with staying in the 3D foundation line, you get a little compact like this, and then you fill it up with the colors that you want. It can be as simple as 4 colors, and all these tins are magnetic, pop in and out. And so when you want to get a new color, you just order the color. You don't have to order all of the colors in your palette, and then you can put eyeshadows in there, fill it to your liking. I always recommend when you start out with this makeup to use this brush called the blend brush. I will give you a recommendation of a contour color, a color correcting color, which is going to be your darker foundation shade or highlight shade, a brightening shade, which is essentially your all over foundation color, and then a blush color. So that is like the 4. If you wanted to start anywhere, get the brush and the 4 colors to begin with. Or if you're using your own contour and highlight methods, that is kind of where you want to fall into when you're just doing a basic everyday look, is your 4 essential colors. And we're going to put these colors in the right spot on our face to get one layer of beautiful coverage of foundation. It's going to feel like skin. It's not going to feel heavy. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with contour. Contour is probably the most intimidating, and you can see I'm dipping my bigger end of the brush into the contour and getting some product on my brush. This does not have to be intimidating. I promise you it's not. So if you just go to the top of your ear and find your cheekbone, my cheekbone kind of rides along right here. You can kind of see this little shadow that naturally happens. So that's kind of where my cheekbone is. So contour is going to bring dimension. It's like Spanx for your face. It's going to bring dimension and just light to the center of your face. So we're going to apply and you'll see kind of what happens. So I go to the top of my ear and I just swipe this brush back and forth. And then you can kind of see the top of that shadow that I'm creating. You need to get more product, just dip in, and I just hug my cheekbone right there, okay? And I don't go past the edge of my eye. Right here, you can see it stops right there, the edge of my eye, and then I blend it upwards because you want the contour to give you this lifted, you can see it's creating a shadow on my face that gives me the appearance of a lifted, sculpted cheekbone. And then I'm going to go to the other side and start at the edge of my eye and just hug my cheekbone and connect it to the top of my ear. If you get too much product, just flip your brush over and blend out the product. All of these are creams, and so they're super forgiving, super blendable, and just feel like skin. And then now I'm going to take this and now we're going to line the edges of our face or your hairline, and that's just going to give you this appearance of light in the center of your face and dimension everywhere else. Okay, so I just take that, and the thing I love about this brush is it's super forgiving. If you get too much product on there, it'll just kind of blend out, and the brush really does the blending for you. So you could also always use this smaller end to kind of draw on your contour, then use the bigger end to blend it out. But now you see the dimension is coming to my face. I have cheekbones, I have dimension, light is kind of coming to the center of my face. I will contour my jawline just to show you. I don't do it all the time, but if you want to know how. So I kind of line the back of my jaw and then bring it underneath. And this just kind of like chisels out your jawline. And then just blend it down your neck. And then you can see kind of those imperfections I have around my jaw that I'm going to correct in just a minute with my color correcting shade. Okay. Yeah, and just make sure you blend it out and blend it down your neck. And that just gives that super sculpted cheekbone. I am gonna pinch this little side of my brush kind of to give it a smaller angle. And I'm gonna line my nose right here with the contour. And then kind of marry those two lines into my eyebrows. And this is going to sculpt out my nose. And the closer those lines are together, the slimmer your nose is gonna appear. So try not to draw on the sides of your nose, draw on the bridge of your nose, two lines closer together. And then I like to line my lips with my contour too. Don't worry, it will all come together. Okay, contour is done. Now we're gonna go in with our darker highlight shade. So that's this next color right here, a dark color for the dark parts on your face. So I have redness in here. I'm just gonna tackle that lightly, and I'm using the small end and just tapping so lightly into my creams. You do not need a lot of this product. The color does the work, not the quantity. So you want the light. We're used to thinking like if you want coverage to put more makeup on your face, but that is not the case with cream. You just need to have the right color, and that's why it's essential that you find an artist to color match you, because we know the right colors to color correct your exact skin needs. And so you can see that dark blemish that I had right here, the color just totally being corrected with that darker color. Okay, so I kind of went in with my blemishes, and then I have some darkness in here on the sides of my nose and in my trough of my eye that I'm just gonna kind of address, and just a little bit of redness here on my nose that some people will be like, the dark color is too dark, and that's because you're using too much. If you're using a little only on the areas that you need correcting, it will be enough and it will not be too dark. Okay, so that was color correcting. Some of you might have good skin and not even need to do that, but I have lots of blemishes and things that I want to address, so that is an extra step that I take. And then my brightening shade, or my main foundation shade. So now we're going to basically fill in all of the areas that we haven't touched with contour. We're going to lightly go over those areas that we corrected, but not with a lot of product. It's just going to kind of lightly go over. And so I'm using this big end, and I tap super lightly into the product and start. You don't want to layer any of the colors. You just kind of fill in. And I just lightly go over. Like I color corrected my chin, so I just lightly go over that area. And then use a light hand when you're applying with this. And if you don't know what a light hand means, hold your brush. Don't hold your brush right here because it's gonna like paint it on. Hold your brush farther back, okay? And just dip lightly and just kind of tap and swirl. That's just gonna buff this color into your skin. I'm not gonna put any on my cheekbones because I'm gonna save that area for your cheek color. And then avoid a lot of product on your under eye. You just don't need a lot of product there. So many of us think our under eyes are super dark. If they are, I'm gonna give you a shade to help correct that darkness, but you want color variation on your under eyes. It's beautiful. But I can help you brighten up if you want it super bright, but don't just go layering with tons of corrector or brightening right there, because it's gonna just look not right. Okay, that was our brightening shade. And now you can see everything looks just kind of blurred and good, sculpted. I still have that sculpt around my lips. My nose contour is kind of chiseled out more because I put that color down the center of my nose, but I don't have a lot of product on my face. I just have one layer kind of everywhere. And now I'm gonna finish with my lip and cheek color. So this can go on your lips and cheeks. I'm gonna get my big brush again. And a lot of people worry that you're dipping this brush into so many colors. Just make sure you keep it clean. Clean it once a week. If it's feeling extra caked on, maybe clean it a little bit more than that, but you're probably using too much product if it feels caked on. But the key with your brush is that you're not picking up a lot of product with it, and whatever product you do pick up is going on your face. So don't worry about it. So with blush, some tricks with blush is you want to be able to see the blush on when you're looking at yourself straight on, but not in this area. You want to keep this area of your face really light and bright. So I like to think basically the center of my eye and upwards is where I want to apply my blush. So the apple of your cheek is right here. And you smile. So I'm going to focus on the outer apple of my cheek and my cheekbone. Okay. So you can see that color, and I like to press in my blush like that. And now you're marrying that contour and that blush together. You don't even need to blend out contour. And you can see that color when you look at me straight on, but it's not in my triangle of light. There you go. Beautiful, right? Okay, now I'm gonna put that color on my lips. And because we contoured the lips, that light color is gonna sit well because I have dimension around my lips, and it's gonna just give structure to the lip without it just being this pale lip, okay? So that is your basic highlight and contour with your 4 colors, okay? See the videos below in my other tutorials if you want to take your basic highlight and contour routine to the next level. I'm going to continue to teach on how you can kind of amplify this simple, easy look, but this is like the ultimate simple, glowy, easy look that you can do every single day. And this is the foundation of all of your looks. You have dimension, brightening, color, glow, and then you just amp everything up from here if you want more. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want all the makeup tips and tricks that are simple, quick, and easy. Me explaining this to you took a lot more time, 15 minutes, but in reality, this can take you 3 to 5 minutes maximum if you're just doing it every day without talking and you know what you're doing. So thanks so much for joining. Here's the after. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.